Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. In the previous class, we discussed about industrial relations, how to maintain the relations, what kind of relations to be maintained. That you got it? Now today's class will talk about industrial disputes. Relations over now, disputes also. So what are these disputes, when it got established, and what kind of disputes are there, how we can prevent it, and what are the main causes. We'll see prevention, we'll see in the next class. Causes of industrial dispute, that introduction part, types and causes of disputes, that we'll see today. Okay. Industrial Dispute Act established in the year 1947, when we got the independence. 1947 April 1st. Shall I write here? 1947 April 1st. But since then, even today also, there have been taken a lots of amendments still going on, because whenever we create something, any act related to that, some points to be added, and new disputes or new points or new things which are to be included or excluded, that amendments will be going on always. But it is established in 1947 April 1st, industrial disputes. Why this got introduced? What is the main reason of this introducing this industrial disputes? Main objectives are four objectives. First thing is that to maintain good relations between employee to employer, and employees and trade union to management, and trade union to government. Like we discussed in the relations, the same kind of relations, proper relations has to be maintained without any hesitation, without any dispute, without any misunderstanding. So that is the main reason of introducing this Industrial Disputes Act 1947. Okay, to maintain good relations, good harmony. Okay, if everything is good, automatically the work goes without any hassle and it goes very smoothly. And second one, to prevent legal strikes and lockouts. If they find any kind of dissatisfaction, labor especially, then there is a possibility of strikes. If management got angry, management is not willing to accept the policies, or management is angry related to the labor's activities, then they'll go for the lockout. Strikes, lockout, these two has to be stopped. How we can stop it? So that is also one of the advantage, one of the ambition of preparing this Industrial Dispute Act. And next, to solve work related issues. Work related issues, many will be there. Working conditions, you can say, wages, whatever they are getting, incentives, bonus, and the fringe benefits, and maybe wages policy is not proper, discrimination is there, overtime money, anything, work related issues, or conditions are not good, a proper environment is not there, ventilation is not there, and sometimes they need some kind of special, what do you say, special environment that has to be provided by the management. If not, then there is a possibility of accidents, precautions are taken or not. All these things are related to the work related only. All work related issues has to be solved. And also to give the right of collective bargaining. To give the right of collective bargaining. Collective bargaining means all the trade unions or employees together, they have to express their work problems to the management, and management will be saying, so related to that, they'll be coming to one agreement. That's like collective bargaining. If anything is there, management is going to help them, and also employees will express. But that kind of strength, that kind of environment, they wanted to provide it to the employees. Collective bargaining is to be encouraged. They have a right for collective bargaining. They have a right to create unions. Through the union, they can go for collective bargaining. So these are the main objectives of preparing the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Now let's see types of industrial disputes. Mainly four types of industrial disputes are there. four types. First one is interest dispute. Interest dispute is related to the general disputes at the premium level, at the minimum level, at the initial level. When you find some kind of disputes between the employees and management, that we say it as a interest disputes. You can say mainly related to the terms and conditions, on what basis organization is going on, what are the conditions they are providing, everything is already mentioned. Related to this, we can say interest dispute. What kind of dispute, what kind of things comes under the terms and conditions means generally wages, proper wages are paying on time or not, what they have agreed and what they are paying it. Is there any discrimination related to the wages? And wages are compared with the other companies also, other industries also. And wages act is also there. As per the norms, the organization is paying or not, related to the wages, and also job security is there or not. Sometimes all of a sudden layoffs, or all of a sudden they are giving a pink slip to the labor, pink slip at least in organizations like IT industries, but here no pink slip, directly they'll say, or 1 month or 2 months notice will be given. So that kind of job security is there or not. And also fringe benefits. Fringe benefits means extra benefits which will give a proper security, a proper enjoyment, and a proper right for all the laborers. Fringe benefits means, for example, you can take ESI. ESI means health related, any kind of issues are there. So they'll be given some kind of benefit, health insurance, and also work conditions properly maintaining, and sometimes holidays. Holidays also particular things are to be mentioned very clearly, like monthly how many holidays are there, any other extra holidays. So overtime, if they do any overtime, they'll be given extra amount, how much that should be, like all these things, bonus and extra amount, all these things comes under the fringe benefits. So these are the basic things where there is a possibility of dispute. We call it as a interest dispute basically. Second dispute is grievance dispute. Grievance dispute is related to the legal disputes on rights. Every employee, especially labor, they have some rights. Related to the rights, there are some legal rules. That legal rules, when not following, then that comes under the grievance dispute. Okay, legally, when company is not following certain rules and regulations related to the laborers, their work, their wages, it can be anything. That is, we say it as a grievance dispute. What are those things means? Generally, these things comes under the grievance. Overtime payment. If any labor is working overtime, then what should be the payment method? How it will be mentioned? So that overtime payment and promotion. What is the promotion policy? After how many years you kept a condition that laborers will be given a promotion? Somebody got after 2 years, but somebody are expecting after 5 years. Why there is that kind of discrimination? Okay, that's related to the promotion. Equal policy, equal justice will be given to all the employees. That is the main objective of introducing this. And also demotion, leave about promotion, demotion, why, what is the main reason related to that? So that kind of things. And also transferring from one place to another place, that related to the issues also. All these things comes under the grievance dispute. Grievance dispute is related to the mainly legally whatever company has mentioned it. Grievance is over. Now next, dispute on unfair labor practices. Unfair labor practices, you know that Industrial Dispute Act is there. Government has already clearly mentioned some rules and regulations. If the unions are not following properly, or the management is not following properly, there is any kind of conspiracies going on, if there is any kind of dispute, or when there is any kind of uh, communication gap, or otherwise implementation, something is going on, then that comes under the dispute on unfair labor practices. This is with the trade unions and also with the management. Trade unions, sometimes union means many members, but trade union is controlled by the leaders who are elected by the all the laborers, all the employees. These members, they may be misguiding to the employees in a different way, and they are compromised with the management, and they are doing some kind of unfair practices. This kind of things comes under the dispute on unfair labor practices. If anything comes like that, then government or the industry is going to take serious action on those people who are liable for unfair practices. Okay, this is about that kind of dispute. Lastly, recognition dispute. Recognition dispute means recognition on what? Recognition on trade unions. Every industry is having trade unions, but most of the management or most of the organizations, they are reluctant to recognize the trade unions, because if they recognize the trade unions, then that will become a strength for them. That's a strength for the employees. That's a threat for the employer or organizer. So that is why they do not want to recognize. Whenever they are reluctant, they do not want to recognize, uh, they are just avoiding to recognize. So related to the disputes also comes under the one of the dispute, that is recognition dispute. This is mainly to prevent collective bargaining. Collective bargaining means they'll have a strength. Union with employees, they'll have a strength. The management will be caring about such kind of strength. So this is this recognition dispute. How many disputes we have discussed? Four. Interest dispute, basically the problems related to the employees. Second one, grievance dispute. It is related to the legally whatever the organization have already mentioned. If they are not following like these things, that is, you can say it as a grievance dispute. Next, dispute on unfair labor practices. The name itself is saying that if it is not properly following, then that is unfair labor practices. No recognition. They do not. When organization is not willing to recognize the trade unions, then that will become a dispute under the recognition dispute. Four disputes. Now, why there will be a lots of disputes? What is the main reason? What is the cause of dispute? That we'll be discussing right now. Causes of industrial disputes. Total five causes are there. One by one we can discuss. First one is industrial causes. Industry related disputes. Industrial causes. Industry related means few points we can discuss. Industry related, like employment methods. They might have mentioned very clearly that the employees are going to work on so and so area, and what is the nature of job, and with their wages payment, and other benefits whatever is giving, everything is clearly mentioned. Related to that, anything comes that we can say it as employment methods related any kind of issues, that may be a reason of dispute. And also work related issues, the nature of work, work-wise disputes, if anything comes, that is also. And rivalry in trade unions. Rivalry in trade unions. In one organization or in one industry, there may be lots of trade unions, or that trade union is having some dispute with another trade union. So this kind of things also, one trade union is saying something, another trade union is against to this trade union. They have dispute among themselves. That is also one of the reason, one of the cause for industrial dispute, rivalry of the trade unions. And also attitude problems. Nowadays everyone is having lots of attitude. All are not equal. Out of 100, at least 5-10% people are okay. The rest of everyone is having their own attitude, whether the management and the employees or trade union leaders, whoever it may be. When attitude comes, then there will be lots of misunderstanding, disputes. So all these things we can say it as industrial causes. Second one is managerial causes. Management point of view, what are the things which are causing for the industrial dispute? Those points we can say discriminatory labor policies. Labor policies are there, but there is a discrimination. Like one category of employees, they are paying high salary. There is second category of people. Same time they have joined along with the first category people, but these people, second category people, salaries or wages are less. That is a discrimination. Or work wise also there could be a discrimination. Same employees, but work is assigned in a different way. Tough work is given to the type 1 employees, and easy work is assigned to the employees, type 2 employees, like there could be chances because of discriminatory labor policies and ineffective leadership. If management is not proper, they do not want to uh, do the things properly, or they are not efficient. Inefficient management is there, leadership is not there, they don't have experience, they do not know how to implement the things, they don't have good understanding over the organization and nature of work and how to implement it, how to take the decisions, then that is also going to become a dispute. Ineffective leadership and disinterest on decision making. Disinterest on decision making means it is related to the laborers or employees. We discussed in the last class only that whenever management want to take any decisions, they have to invite at least trade union leaders to be a part of the decision making. When they are showing disinterest, we do not want to involve them, we want to take our decisions by ourselves only, that will become a problem, because employees also to be included a part and parcel of the decision making. If this is not going to happening, then there will be an object from the employees point of view or trade unions point of view. So this could be one of the problem, and also unwillingness to recognize trade unions that we have discussed already here. Management is not willing to recognize trade unions, then automatically that will become a dispute. Why? What is the reason? They'll go to the state government and they can file a petition, and that will become a big dispute. Not recognizing the trade unions. Okay, that's about managerial causes. Third one is government causes. From government side also there may be some kind of disputes, government policies or something. Sometimes government is saying that privatization, already employees who are working in government, privatization means they'll be losing their government job, so that will become a very big dispute. You can see RTC employees in any state, that's a very big problem. Like railways or any government, they wanted to privatize it, so they'll make some kind of fuss because they'll be losing the security of the job. There are many benefits being a government employee, whether central government or state government, whatever it may be. So that could be a reason for the dispute from the government point of view. And also improper labor laws. Labor laws are not proper. Labor laws not prepared. Government has prepared, but that's not certain, and that's not acceptable by all the employees. They need some kind of changes. That kind of changes, who will do it? Government only will do. They did not prepare it. Once again, amendments, as we discussed, 1st April, this is formed, but lots of amendments, lots of changes are happening. The changes, for making the changes, they need some time. Process by process, it will go. So by that time, these people will be losing their interest. Then that will become a dispute. So government point of view, and also political and legal causes. Political parties also sometimes they'll be involved in such kind of industrial things. Like example, you can take influencing trade unions. Trade unions are there, these people are taking trade unions under their control, and as per their wish they'll be using the trade unions because they get the votes and they want the support. And whatever political parties are saying, trade unions are going to listen to them and they are going to implement what these people are saying. That is one of the reason. And also strained central and state relations, central government and state government relations, they are not following properly because political leaders, they do not have most of the time a proper way, proper method of following. They promise something, they do something. There's no certain rules and regulations for them. They can do anything, they can change their words anytime. So this could be another reason. And also multiple labor laws. Labor laws, certain labor laws should be implemented, but there are some multiple labor laws which law is contradicting with another law that we do not have idea. So like this kind of laws which are creating some kind of fuss and some creating some kind of confusion, and which is taking advantage by the political parties, isn't it? That is also one of the reason. Next one, economic causes. Economic means economics related, like low salaries they are paying, wages are very less, which are not sufficient to the labor. and also their DNS allowance and bonus, which are not paying properly. And it is mentioned already in the rules and regulations of the company, but they are not paying, or though they are paying, it is less to the agreed by the management. So, if there is any kind of differences, and also increasing industrial profits, organization is getting lots of profits, industry is getting lots of profits, and but when they get the profits, that some area, to some extent, maybe 5%, 10%, whatever it may be, that has to be distributed to the laborers who are the part and parcel of the organization. So when that is not distributing, that causes a dissatisfaction in the minds of the laborers. So that will become a problem, that will become a dispute. So these are the economic causes for the industrial disputes. We discussed about totally 5 points: industrial causes, managerial causes, management point of view, government point of view, political and legal causes, economic causes. These are the main 5 causes. Able to remember, need not to by heart anything. Don't by heart, just understand. Practically, you just imagine and understand. You can write it in the exam, and also you'll have a good concept. You'll never forget this. What do you say? In the coming class, we'll see more. Stay connected, take the screenshot. Don't forget to share this videos with your friends. Good luck.